You've heard of Plumfruit? You've definitely heard of FutureFruit. Now get ready for the latest installment of the Plumfruit Collection. This is FutureFruit. For all of my simmers who love the future, and they want to, have that future tech in their household, thanks to Arnie, we now have another installment, like a mod kit, which is FutureFruit, into our Sims 4 game for the Plumfruit Collection. Hopefully that all made sense, but anyways, let me stop rambling and let's get into the Sims so that I can fill up your mod folder yet again. Also, I do want to start before we go into the actual items of the game that it is compatible with all the Plumfruit, FutureFruit, because it is a mod kit from Plumfruit, so it works great with all of like Arnie's mods. They're all supposed to be like seamless. So even like Luminova works great with Plumfruit, which is why I really love this mod collection from Arnie, is because everything is so seamless and it's like an extension on Plumfruit. So let's get into it. All right, I do want to specify that this mod is in early access, so I think it comes out on September 16th, but they have 14 items for your Sims to add to the Plumfruit Collection. So we're going to go through them really quickly. I'm trying to find an open space to put this in where it still kind of looks aesthetic so that you guys can see it. And I'm thinking I'm just going to have to move Yvette from this little area. Okay, so I got my little area up. We're gonna start off with the Plumfruit SmartDesk first. Okay, this is 2,999 simoleons, but it's okay. It's got a wraparound quantum OLED touchscreen. This is what it looks like. I mean, I feel like I'm in a spy movie right now. Like, this feels so futuristic. Anyways, they do have different swatches. So the one thing I love about Arnie, you can find I guess like a vibe. You can find your swatch, you can find the color swatch that you're going for, so you don't have to be stuck to just the one, which I love. I honestly don't know which one to go with. I think I'm just gonna go with the first one. I think I might just go with this blue one right here. I don't know why, it looks pretty cool. Anyways, so the next thing that we are going to check out on this, I'm gonna do the computers first. So there is this really cool PlumDesk screen computer that attaches to the back of this smart desk. And it looks, I don't even know like the words to describe how it looks, but I feel like I'm working in the CIA right now. If Yvette were to come over here and start working on this, I would feel like Yvette is working in the CIA. She's definitely got something hiding in there. But these are the different swatches to, again, match that aesthetic that you're going for within your Sims 4 game. Maybe, you got, futuristic legacy. Now you've got proper equipment for it. I don't know which one goes best with. I think I might just do this one. But anyway, so that was really cool. That was like my favorite out of the computers for the FutureFruit. But we're gonna sell this really quickly so I can show you the other computers. They also have this FutureBook laptop as well that you can plop on there. And then they've got the different swatches as well for this. So very nice, but I feel like, again, that wraparound screen computer just fits perfectly. They've got the Plum 1 computer. This thing looks massive, but these are the swatches. Again, it's the same ones as the other computers, but you have different variations for what computers that you want to use. You don't have to use the SmartDesk, for these computers. You can use a regular desk. They also have this Plum Portal computer, which I don't know why, but this looks so cute. It looks like a little mirror, like a makeup mirror, but just like in the form of a computer, but they're calling it a portal, which makes a lot of sense. I wish you could use it as a portal. I don't know, but that looks quite nice. What I am going to do is put back this screen computer, and I'm going to add a desk chair so that I can go over the features of this, desk and the computers. Okay, so now that we've got the desk set up, we're going to go ahead and click on the computer, and of course it's going to bring up the pie menu of the interactions. If you have Plumfruit like I have, you're going to get these nice little icons that do remind me of Apple. But basically it operates the same. There's really no changes to that. It's just actually like the device that you're using is, obviously, Yvette, she was in my frame, is more futuristic, hence the FutureFruit. If you click on the desk, you have a few more interactions that you can use. So you can change the current weather, and if you wanted to make it cloudy skies, you can make it hot, you can make it rain, you can make it snow. You've got these options now. You can also change the seasons. So a little bit more accessible than maybe MC Command Center UI cheats. But I will say with UI cheats though, you can literally click on the bottom of it and change it this way, but it's up to you and how you do that. You just have a couple more places you can do it from now. You can also play music on here. Yvette is playing her video game. It's always this game. She likes to destroy things. You can also ask Neo, which is kind of like the AI assistant on here. So you can basically ask them a bunch of questions. You can go on vacation, so you can take a vacation, go on vacation. Kind of makes it more realistic though, because, you know, if you're gonna go on vacation, you probably book it on your computer. You can plan a social event, and I love how this has like a little calendar icon. So you can plan a funeral or plan a social event from there. You can also upgrade to have super reception, better components, and I don't even know, for Firexium wiring? I don't even know what that is. Anyways, basically, that's the options you can get. You can also make it an heirloom if you really wanted to pass this down to your future generations. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was this laptop. I forgot to mention it at the beginning, so I'm going to mention it now. You can take this laptop, it's a portable one, so you can put it in your inventory as well, which is super nice, and then you can travel around with your FutureBook laptop in your inventory, and then when you want to plop it down wherever, you can do that. All of the computers have the same like pie menu interactions for it. It's just that SmartDesk lets you have the ability to control the weather, seasons, music, the AI assistant, vacations, social events, and so forth. All right, the next thing we're gonna move on is the tablet. Yes, there's a FuturePad. We have seen the iPads from FutureFruit did not have iPads, because let me back up. FutureFruit was based on like 80s, 90s. They did not have iPads back then, but Plumfruit has the iPads. They have like the regular iPad and then like, I think a mini iPad, if I'm not mistaken. This in FutureFruit also has an iPad that we will be checking out. Sorry, I'm really excited about this mod, so I might be tripping over my own words right now. Yes, I was right. They did have the mini PlumPad and then the regular PlumPad Air. I had to download Plumfruit because I forgot to. I thought I did. But they have this one FuturePad water glass tablet. I don't think you guys are ready for how this is gonna look. Look at it. Like, there's no edges to it. It's just pure tablet. This is the swatch that you get for the PlumPad, the FuturePad. I should say FuturePad. I think maybe we'll just stick to purple. I kind of like the purple vibe. I'm trying to get it to where you guys can see it. Hold on. Like, look at this. It looks so cool. I wish that's how my iPad looked. Anyways, if you click on it, you get the Neo AI Assistant ebooks. You can have your Sims read an ebook. You can have them go on social media. So open up your Social Bunny or your Cupid's Corner. And then you have the notes. You also have access to the Web Explorer as well. You can have your Sims watch a gaming live stream. And then you have your mailbox, so you can chat with people if your Sim wanted to chat with someone. You also have MC Command Center as well on here. And then you have these little... Oh, you can pay your bills on here. Yvette, go do that, because they're going to turn our power off if you don't. Look at her. She's being diligent. Oh. I didn't want you to put it in your inventory, Yvette. Anyways, you've got all of these options, so you don't necessarily have to go into the little, I call them folders in the pie menu, because they're kind of like folders to get to the interaction you want. Next up, we're going to talk about the PlumMirror is making a comeback. So let me go grab that real quick. Okay, I'm just going to put it up on this wall because this was like the only wall that I feel like you could really see it on. There are two swatches for this one. So you have this one with the little apps at the bottom, but if maybe you didn't want that, you can have it still have this like hue around it, but there's no apps on there. I'm just going to keep the apps on there. But if we go back into live mode, the apps will move. So again, you can take that off if you don't want it. But if you click on the Plumfruit, your Sims will be able to get access to music. They can change the volume, they can practice, they can also change their outfits, they can care for self, and I think if you also have Luminova, there will be some extra options that show up. I just don't have Luminova in my game today. And then you also have the AI assistant as well. I believe with Luminova, they have their own pie interactions that you will get on the side. So yeah, that kind of wraps up the Plumfruit side of it. So again, to reiterate, Luminova and all of Plumfruit's like mod kits do work together. So that's like a bonus. Anyways. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about after the mirror is the wall widgets. Now, there's technically 6, but there's 7. But my thing is, the photo widgets are like counted like together since they're like the same thing. So you have the portrait ones and then the landscape photos, but there's technically 7, but 6 in total if we categorize them. The photos just go together. Okay, so the first one is this newspaper one. Then you have a calendar one. That's like a little too high. Hold on. I got a little excited placing them down. You've also, I'm going to put these photo ones right here because I don't have any photos to put into them, but you'll see what I mean. Then you have a music one, and then you've also got a weather widget, and you have a clock one as well. So there's a total of 7, but technically 6. All right, anyways, the swatches for the newspaper is this light mode, and then you have a dark mode. I kind of like the light mode for this room. And then you have a calendar icon with just the regular, like, calendar with the dates on there. You've got a dark mode version. You've also got just the light mode, like, calendar logo. And then you've got a, I would say, like, a dark mode, but it's kind of like a little bit of a lighter dark mode, but I think I'll just stick with the first one. You have the music widgets that you have this swatch, and then got a couple different variations for that as well. I think I'll just stick with the first one, although I'm really digging the last swatch with the album, like for your Sims that are listening to whatever album, and then I also really like the record player one. I'll just stick with this one. Photo widgets obviously don't have a swatch for them because you can actually put photos into them. So it's kind of supposed to, you import the photos that you want in there. The weather one does. So you've got this one that just has like what the weather is outside with the little, digits. Then you've got kind of a list of it, and then they have this really pretty sunset, which is really pretty, and then they also have a night one, so you've got some constellations and you got some stars and a moon, and I really liked this one. For the clock one, you've got a couple different variations. You've got this dark mode, which is the, what the time is on there. You've got a light mode, then you've got an actual like analog clock, and then I don't know what that is. It looks like it's kind of like counting down the seconds till it goes to the next, time. But I think we'll do this. I'll just do this one. Okay, anyways. It's really not that deep because you mainly just want to see the interactions on there. So if you click on newspaper, you can ask the widget for news from the future. So you can ask them, are the Sim Olympic Games still happening? How do Sims travel now? What happened to the land grabs? I need to ask about this. Yvette, come back in here. Come here. The land grabs such as Nancy and Jeffrey, former CEOs of the land grab company, have been forced to step down as their empire was dismantled under the OWSINA's new anti-capitalist laws. Once known for owning half of the Sims Nation energy and real estate, all their assets have been redistributed into community-led cooperatives. Rumor has it that the family is still trying to cling to the influence through underground investment networks. But for the first time in centuries, the Landgrab dynasty is no longer in control. Meanwhile, clean and green energy has driven prices down nearly zero. You go, world. I probably should have put myself on the main screen for that, so that you just weren't staring at these widgets while I went on that, but it's fine. And then you can check your recent neighborhood stories. So Corey Williams is in the Williams household has started a job as a natural living novice in the naturopath career. Good for them. And then you can also read present news articles like Bella Goth featured in Vogue magazine, City Hall's reopening, Lady Gugu Arena sold out, mysterious rental troubles investigation. I think that's really cute because it makes it feel more realistic and actually like these things got a use, because they actually do. And that's what I love about Arnie, is everything's got a purpose. Everything makes it feel more immersed, for your Sims 4 game. Calendar, you can go on vacation. So if you have these widgets set up wherever, you can come to your widget board, take a vacation or go on a vacation, as well as plan your social events. You can also play music, so you can either turn on a station or you can listen to, you know, through here. But, you know, honestly, just to make it easier, I would just go through here and turn it on. For the photos, you can import a portrait photo in here. Now, I don't have any photos in my inventory, but you also have a filter option as well. So you can import your photos through there. And then you also have, you know, a landscape photo widget as well. So you can really kind of up it with your family photos. And then you've got the weather again, kind of like the SmartDesk. You can change the current weather, you know, with it being like blizzard, hot, rain, whatever you want. And then also change of seasons. Now, oh, bro, what are you doing in here? He better not be going, oh, I thought he was going in my Sim's bed, in Yvette's bed. He's probably just inspecting. Anyways, again, UI cheats might be easier because you literally just go down the drop and like pick what you want. But if you have the widget, you can do it through there. And then they also have a clock as well, so you can set an alarm for that room. Now, we've seen this in Plumfruit, and I think even if in Luminova as well. So if you wanted to do, it's the evening now. So if I wanted to set an alarm for like 7 p.m. and if we just like fast forward to that time, it will hopefully sound an alarm for those Sims. Oh, she's coming in here and the alarm's literally about to go off. I didn't mean to do that, Yvette. She like just laid down and this alarm's going off as if she already took her nap. Anyways, that kind of covers, you know, our widgets. So I think I covered everything though. We've got the 6, technically 7 widgets. We covered the 4 computers and the desk, the iPad, and then the mirror as well. Because it came with 14 items. I'm pretty sure I did do them all. But with that kind of ends the video. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Let me know which is your favorite in the Plumfruit collection. Is your favorite the Plumfruit, Retrofruit, or FutureFruit? For me personally, I love them all because they all have a different, you know, aesthetic for whatever playstyle I'm doing. They all come in handy. And again, with Arnie, I absolutely love his comeback into the Sims 4 modding because everything that he's doing is like so intertwined. Like his mod, like Luminova goes great with Plumfruit. Plumfruit is compatible with Luminova. Like all of his mods work together and I love that. So definitely go check out Arnie's page to download Luminova. And I have done mod reviews on Luminova and the Plumfruit and Retrofruit collection. So if you want a more in-depth review on those, go check out those videos. But again, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and comment down which your favorite item was in FutureFruit and what your favorite Plumfruit mod kit edition is in your game. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And with that, happy simming and I will see you all later.